Hey friends, so good to see you. And today I am so excited to bring to you episode 1 of our Pastor Roundtable. Here at Zoweh, part of my role is to come alongside our allies, our friends, specifically our churches and our pastors, to encourage and equip. And so we started these conversations centered around doing just that, offering encouragement, a safe space, and to bring equipment and the tools you need to be successful in your ministry. And so today I'll be joined by Pastor Wayne Botkin of Mosaic, and we're going to be going after these two questions. The first is, how are you doing small groups in men's ministry in light of COVID, in light of gathering? What are you doing? How are you doing it? So we're going to go there. And then I'm going to ask him, how are you integrating Heart of a Warrior and some of the resources and environments that Zoweh creates? How are you implementing them in your ministry? How can we partner together to see what God has called you to do in your mission fulfilled? So if you're a pastor or church leader, I think you're going to enjoy today. I think this conversation is going to be meaningful and add value to your life. And I can't wait for you to check it out. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And here's Pastor Wayne.
My buddy down the street, John Stackler, got a
Oh,
hold
yeah.
of me and he said, "Hey, what are you doing for your men?" And so he talked to me about Zoweh and talked to me about all that. And so we started to get on board with the Heart of a Warrior, and we ordered the workbooks and the books. We gave them out. We were meeting in small groups already on Zoom, so
Yeah.
we were already ready to go. We had a Tuesday night group, we had a Thursday morning group, we had a Thursday night group. So we had 3 different groups, and 2 of them started using the Heart of the Warrior, and one of the groups is still at it. We're on chapter 11, and we're still just kind of, we don't try to rush it. We just go, and
Yeah.
some sometimes we just talk about what's going on in a guy's life, but we use the material, and then we have different guys lead it too, which is good. But just to let you guys know too, I mean, when I say that we're becoming a dynamic mosaic of Jesus followers, we have one branch of our ministry is in the recovery ministry. So we have 9 sober living houses,
Wow.
and so it's it's not run by Mosaic. It's Joshua Recovery Ministries, but so 6 of the houses are for men, and 3 are for women, and 1 house is for women who are pregnant. But the 6 houses for men, we've got men just kind of integrated into our groups. So Heart of the Warrior really resonates because you got to get your heart right. You got to get your heart healed before you can live a sober life, or
Mm.
as you live a sober life. And what I find is, even though it wasn't chemical dependency in my own life, being other things, hey man, we can all learn from each other, and we all need our heart healed. And so the Heart of a Warrior just really goes together with a life of you know sober living and all that.
Yeah.
So we've got
That's great.
guys all over the map, and we've gone to we did a retreat up here as well as so Michael came up, and John helped make that happen, and we got a lot of the guys from the houses to that retreat. But then also it was just an evening during COVID, um, but
Yeah.
we were then able to follow up with these guys and just kind of walk beside them as they continue to have their heart healed. So anyway, that's just a little bit about Mosaic, where we are, what's going on, how we kind of use the material. One other
Yeah.
thing that
Of
Frank
course.
Crockett, John Stackler offered to go ahead and be the cook for our breakfast. So
Yeah.
we
Makes
did a
sense. Of course you
breakfast
did.
in the spring, and man, he supplied everything, and we had, you know 50 guys out there, and it was the first time that we'd been together outside, you know, and able to be together given the COVID season. It was awesome. Guys were giving testimony.
Yeah.
Um, we've got recordings from that. What these what these huddle groups, we just call them huddles, what they've meant and how Heart of a Warrior was a part of that.
I would imagine, just listening to you share a little bit about your community, different walks of life, different seasons of life, that's a lot of different hearts and places of where those hearts are, stages of where those hearts are coming into this message, building a small group culture around that. Can you just talk to a little bit about how that experience has been? Maybe what are some things that you guys did that have worked? What are some challenges that you've faced? Maybe some audibles that you've had to call? Can you just speak to that a little bit?
Sure, sure. Michael does a great job of laying everything out. He's a phenomenal writer, and I've found that the workbook has been a tremendous help. Some of the questions, obviously, the best ones are you take and you rephrase for your group, and some of the examples given are not as readily relatable to some of our guys in the group, and so I just have them come up with their own. I'm like, hey, if you don't know this movie, or if you don't, resonate with that movie, what's a movie that you've seen that does illustrate this? And so I've just flipped it on them. And the best curriculum is the one that you take and you modify anyway. And so, but I think Michael does a good job of laying out, an opportunity for discussion where you normally wouldn't talk about this stuff. You don't talk about, the idea of an observation deck, the idea of getting, hey, because we all can become more self-aware, and that can help all of us. We could be a better, we could be better brothers if we become more self-aware. So, all his concepts are good. It's just that we had to modify some of it to fit our group, and
of course,
that's fine.
You guys mentioned you used the journal workbook alongside of it. How's that been?
Well, for me, it was critical because I am a little ADD anyway, and so it augmented all the material in the book, and it helped bring boots on the ground, real life, keeping it focused and centered. I need that. Hey friends, once again, just thank you so much for watching today's episode of the Pastors Roundtable. If you are a church leader or a pastor, I would love to connect with you personally. Josh@Zoweh.org is simple email. Just reach out to me. Let's be friends. Let's start some fires and see what God wants to do. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content from our Zoweh team, and be on the lookout for episode 2 of the Pastor Roundtable coming next week. We'll see you soon.